Greetings, this is Joe Valenti for PittstonPolitics.com. I'm here with my good friend Tony Rostock, who promised to buy me a steak dinner on a bet we had. We're going to get that in a minute. We're here at Portofino's in Wilkes-Barre, and we just sat down. I got a really nice ribeye, and Tony got a really nice steak also. And how, did your steak done okay, Tony?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Fantastic. We're really going to enjoy this.
We're going to enjoy this, and I hope you don't mind. Tony and I are going to speak Sicilian for a little bit, and I'm going to make sure he doesn't go to the bathroom while we're eating. So I hope. Greetings. We're back from our dinner at Portofino. We had to move it from the restaurant to here at my kitchen table, and Mr. Rostock was kind enough to come this morning. It's around 11:30 on Thursday morning.
And Joel, thank you for having me, by the way. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
And I paid my debts.
Yeah, Tony finally came clean and ponied up on my steak dinner that we enjoyed. It was excellent. He didn't have to go to the bathroom at all while we were there, so everything was copacetic as far as that. Tony, how did this bet ever come about? It was over the summer.
It was over the summer when I felt that Hillary Clinton would be our next president, and you said that Obama was coming on, and I have to agree with you. The next thing we knew we were talking about, and I lost the bet, and that was the end of that.
And I know you're a strong Democrat. Have you ever voted for a Republican?
I think that answers the question.
I guess not.
I guess not. No,
okay.
I mean, I was thinking about it, but my hand wouldn't press that button. So that was into that.
So we have Obama, and he'll be moving forward. Hopefully, I don't necessarily agree with everything he's doing, but
I don't either. But I just think he's formulated a cabinet that's pretty well experienced with Clinton people. So I like him even more.
Obviously. Tony, you and I actually have some history. I remember playing tennis and my brother playing tennis.
I remember that.
Over in Oregon, and someone used to throw tennis tournaments back then.
Yes,
right?
we did. We played a lot of them at that time.
Yeah. And I actually peddled your paper.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
And one thing about Tony was that the bill was $1.80. And everybody on my route would give me $2 and tell me to keep the change, a 20-cent tip. But one thing I would say for Tony, he gave me $3.
That's right.
So I got a $1.20 tip from Tony. So he must have had some foresight back then.
Well, I wanted your vote. I was about the politics.
Well, I can't. And at Christmas time, he gave me $20.
That's right.
Which everybody else would give $5 and $10. So I have to say that Tony was one of the better tippers on my paper route. Now. You've seen the website, you've seen our kitchen table politics.
I tell you what, I'm quite impressed with it, and I really appreciate the idea of having me here. I really appreciate you doing that. It's very impressive, Joe. You've done a great job with it, and I think a lot of people are looking at it. I can tell by the hits you're getting on, which I've heard, and I think it's on the right track. It's giving people information that they should know. Of course, there's always a few things written in about here and there about me, but I don't know if it's true, all the stuff, but what the heck? I mean, I'm a big boy. I can take the hits.
Well, there's one thing I gotta say about you, Tony. You take the good with the bad.
That's true,
and I think that's why you've come this far.
Well, thank you. I'm a big advocate. PR is PR, negative or positive. So I mean, what the heck?
Absolutely. Now, 3 years ago, you ran for school board, and you were on the school board for 16 years before that, right?
Yeah.
And you lost. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on that election.
Going back to that election, I want everybody to know one thing. I want you to know one thing. I really wasn't sure I was going to run at that time. And why did we lose? I don't. I know why. But I think we had a great school board at the time. I think we did a lot for the school. We built buildings and we fixed them up for 25 years. I think I basically lost because of dissatisfaction with a football coach.
Okay.
I don't think they were dissatisfied with the job we did. I think we did a lot of good things for the school. But that was basically, I think, I found out over the years because of my loss that it's not the big things that beat you, it's the little things that beat you. And I think that was one of the main factors behind it. And of course, when the other ticket that won used some of it and slanted it certain ways and so on and so forth. But like I said, that's the game we play, and that's what happened. I was hoping that people coming in this election look at things a little different, look at the real big picture instead of the little small pictures.
Right.
Yes.
What about now? It's been 3 years since you're off the board. There's an election going on now. What are your thoughts on the past 3 years in the board? What transpired?
I think that the board that walked in 3 years ago walked into basically a good setup. I think the only thing they had to do was to renovate the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was done. They had actually 25 years of a clean run as far as the elementary schools and so on and so forth. Have they done a great job? I think you have some great people on the board, and they are friends of mine, Marty Quinn and Mark Singer. When I say they're experienced people, and I think that's something that they should remember when they vote this time, is experience is something that's important. But they've done a mediocre job. I mean, they haven't done a great job. I don't mean that to be derogatory towards anyone that's at the board. I mean, what have they done? If you really take a look at it, I don't see that much being done. Like I said, they renovated the school for $7 million, and they kind of didn't do a great job doing that.
Sure.
So if you're going to blame anybody at the board, that's there.
Right. Now there's 11 people running for the Pittston Area School Board.
Mm-hmm.
2 tickets of 4 and 3 independents. Any thoughts on going into that election?
I guess down the road there'll be a lot of mudslinging. I'm sure there will be. I think people should look at facts and not half facts. I think that's we're starting to see half facts about what one side did versus another side. There's a few independents. I think people are disgusted right now with the good old politicians. You might even see somebody independent, somebody coming in that way.
Sure.
I just don't like the fact that I'm seeing from one side versus the other that we're the best thing since white bread, and they did all the problems. And if you really look into it deeper, which I don't really want to get into, we don't have the time. I wish I did, but they caused more of the problems than somebody else did. So that's something that you will see as their ads progress.
Now, about 18 months ago or so, you were running for controller up until about 8 weeks ago, and I wrote a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I've had some physical problems. I think people are aware of that, and my wife felt because of the strain that would be put on my body, which I love to campaign, Joe. You know that, and I decided that maybe I'll wait till next time. I might even look at a county commissioner run next time. So I mean, the point I'm trying to say is that I felt it was a good time for me not to run. And I have to admit, the person that's running, Bobby Morgan, I think is going to be a great candidate. I'd probably be the next controller.
Sure. Under the dome right now, there's a lot of press, a lot of publicity. What do you want to say, negative or positive? And what are your thoughts on the current administration with Petrilla and Skrepnak and Urban? And I know that you guys actually supported Petrilla.
I was a big advocate, a big supporter of Marianne Petrilla. Matter of fact, we supported her the first time she ran, and we supported her for the Luzerne County Controller, and we supported her last time. Of course, we also supported Greg Stretman. But one thing I have to make clear, Joe, if I was to say right now, if everybody in the courthouse was to run, they'd all lose. I mean, I think people feel that way. I mean, what happened with the judgeships, I think has cast a big black cloud over everything at the court. What I'd like to see is I hope Marianne Petrilla and Greg Skrepnik could get together again. I hate to see that separation in the Democratic Party. What kind of job has she done? I mean, I'm not one to really criticize. I mean, there's a few things she's done I haven't agreed with. There's a few things that Greg has done I hasn't agreed with. But again, I think one thing that's important to remember, and I'll say this, like I said at the beginning of this conversation, was experience is probably the most important thing. If you're not experienced, make sure you surround yourself with people that are.
Right.
So I don't think they've done that.
Right. Well, Tony, thank you very much for your time. You heard it here first that Tony's thinking about running for county commissioner in 2 years.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that.
We'll be sure to report on the upcoming.
Well, one more thing I have to say.
Sure.
I feel like I'm at a. You ever see it? You're at a football game. You want to
Sure.
go, hi, mom. How's
Yeah.
that? This is what it feels like here. But Joe, you've done a great job.
Thank you. Well, you're the first person I've actually had sit down at my kitchen table with me. I've
Well, I'm
done
gonna buy a new
interviews.
table for you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful table, by the way, but it's a great idea, and
Sure.
and people are really watching it.
Okay.
So lots of luck to you.
Thank you very much, Tony.